Speaking of racist radio shows, so I got a new debit card, and when I did that, the things that were tied to my old debit card all got cut off. Right. I like this. I change debit cards a couple times a year. It refreshes things because you never know what you've forgotten about. You know, there was one point where I've been paying for Cinemax for 3 years or something. I've never watched Cinemax.
Spotify has to re-earn their fee.
Exactly. And so my XM radio got turned off. And I noticed that immediately because I'm in the car all day. Well, I'm kind of lazy, and there is no hold service worse than Sirius satellite radio. You deal with an Indian person whose name you can't pronounce, and they have a script. So you know that nothing they say is heartfelt or even real. They'll say, you could be like, "Yes, sir, how may I help you today?" And you could be like, I'm trying to build a time machine in my garage, and I want to put XM in that. Could you help me with the flux capacitor? And they are going to say, "Yes, sir, I can absolutely help you with that problem today. Can I just get your 8-digit PIN code?" No matter what you say, they are going to tell you that they can help you with the problem. So them saying it is just them wasting your goddamn time. So I put it off. I didn't want to call them and deal with that. I turned it on today, but for 3 days, I was on FM radio. And I like talk radio. I don't love music. So I'm scanning around with the knob trying to find talk radio. I get on 106.7 or something. It's conservative, local, Atlanta talk radio. And I'm like, let's give this a whirl. This guy was so fucking offensive. I was turned off. I was so turned off. This guy was so hardcore conservative.
You run an offensive podcast.
Oh my God, I was offended. He's like, she said she only had one beer. I'd have to have a case to fuck that ugly girl. You know, like talking about the Kavanaugh thing. Talking about
sounds like reasoned political discussion.
They're talking about right. And like callers would call in and they'd be like rednecks and they would say things like that. Like have you seen that girl with them Coke bottle glasses? I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. This man's a QB of the football team. You telling me he can't do better than that? And they're just they're laughing at this, like belly laughing while they're calling this lady ugly on the radio. And then he's like, we got a bit of a problem on here. They're going to cut us off the air any day now, probably turn it into a Mexican channel. And then all of a sudden, mariachi music starts playing. He goes, "Hola, welcome to 106.7. All day today is Enrique Iglesias. Back to back. Arriba, arriba, arriba. Andale, andale, andale." And I'm just like,
it seems a little ham-handed.
And they say, and he's fucking like doing this super racist Mexican voice, like I'm just down doing, and it's just going off.
Hey, we cannot pass judgment on silly voices. I refuse to be a party to that.
I'm like, I gotta go back to Rush Limbaugh, the voice of reason. It was absurd.
So you get your Sirius back. You're like, all right, I'll deal with the hold time.
Yeah, I go to CNN now, and it's just like, well, they're making some fucking sense over here. All right. Jesus Christ.
That's hilarious.
Too much for me.
Sounds like my Facebook feed. Like you were talking, dude. I have so many conservative friends on Facebook passing like fake pictures of Ford back when she looks 11 in these shots. Her yearbook wasn't even color. Why do you think she? You're froze for me. I don't know if you can hear me.
There it goes. I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. There are 2 fake pictures of Ford, the Kavanaugh accuser, whose case is being torn apart by the day, out there. They are completely fake. One of them is the color photo of a very
blunder year. Oh, we lost Kyle again.
Lost you.
Kyle, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It went
blunder year, lost you at that.
Yeah, it's a subreddit, the blunder year thing, and she's looking really bad. Her hair's really curly and messy, and she's got these Coke bottle glasses and braces. That ain't her. That is not her. Now, I'm not saying she was a looker, but that is not her. Then there's another photo. I feel bad
for that person whose photo is out there getting ripped on when it's like some lady's out there like, I don't know any of these people. Like I'm just getting made fun of on Twitter.
The other one, and this is conservatives going on the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
Damn it, Kyle.
Yeah, this is not normal for Kyle. There you are.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Here, try again. On the opposite end of the
on
spectrum.
the opposite end of the spectrum, there's a nude photograph that they say is her. Also not her. She does not look that good. That lady has crazy face, by the way. I watched. I had
real
listened.
one?
Yeah,
Crazy
she's
face.
got crazy face. She looks demented. And that's just that has nothing to do with politics whatsoever. Like she could be Kavanaugh's wife, or she could be like a staunch conservative.
To me, and I try not to just look through the blue lens, but she looked really credible to me. Now I get that there's very little proof aside from the medical records, and I don't think that you.
And the medical records aren't proof. They haven't been released to the public or anything, and they don't mention anything to do with Kavanaugh at all.
Yeah, they just describe. She says it's Kavanaugh. I mean, it depends on whether you think she's credible or not.
There's a lot of it.
But see, this is something like. Oh no, go ahead. Finish your point. Sorry.
Anyway, I don't know that you hold back Kavanaugh if you don't have more proof than she's offered, right? And a lot of them are ripping apart the fact that she's missing a lot of details. But I thought about this. My high school graduation party. I think I had like one beer. I was there with my girlfriend at the time, and I was more into her than I was like getting drunk and like being stupid or something. Right? I had a girlfriend. I didn't look like an idiot in front of her, and I couldn't tell you where that party was. I remember it was at a friend's house I barely knew. His parents had this theory that if the graduation party was at his house, then he was safe, and everyone was allowed to sleep over. So people brought tents. I honestly don't remember if I slept over or not.
But
I think I did.
See, all right, let me jump in
were,
here
were
because
you molested
I have the opposite.
that night?
Let me describe my. Let me tell you about my junior prom, which is I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I stayed at Erica's house. I can list you 8 or 9 people who were also there. I can tell you exactly what I drank. I was drinking Mike's Hard Lemonades. I was drinking Absolute Vodka that had been poured into a slushy machine. There was a red and a blue side. I chose red, and I drank a tall Budweiser in a can. That was the first time I drank to excess. And yet, while I was vomiting upstairs, I keenly remember to this day that I used Erica's toothbrush to wipe the vomit smell out of my mouth. Brushed my teeth with a toothbrush. Then I dried it with a towel after I rinsed it. So
Sorry,
no one
Erica.
would know. Yeah, she doesn't care.
See,
I have, if I needed to prove that all that happened, I know her father's name. He saw me 6 years later and recalled the entire event because he came into the bathroom, saw me wasted, and brought me Sprite and crackers.
This isn't like a.
I know that my girlfriend was mad that night because of a joke I had made in the limo. I can tell you what the joke was and what it was insensitive about. I can tell you that she slept in Erica's room that night. She left early the next day for a speaking engagement. I can tell you that she won first prize, and if I heard the speech again, I could quote it.
I could do that too with various parties I went to.
Hold
Right?
on,
I can remember a
like,
Monday Night Football, and I could tell you where I drank and who I went with and things like that.
We're all missing the point here.
Go on.
You guys are describing times where you were at parties or get-togethers. The whole point is that she was molested, or she claims she was molested at this event. And she doesn't remember a single detail that could prove or disprove her story other than definitely Kavanaugh did it. I know I had one beer. I don't know where it happened. I don't know who was there. I don't know what year it was. I don't know who drove me home after this event. My best friend does not corroborate my story. None of the witnesses I've brought forward have corroborated my story. The only thing that people keep going back to, like, it's gone so far ridiculous that they're saying things like, oh, he threw ice in a bar. Oh, did you know? He said that he likes beer when he said he liked beer 10 times after being asked 10 times how much he likes beer. Why is he talking about beer so much when he's asked? Like it's gone so far down this lane because there is no evidence of this. Like it's blowing my mind how many people are like saying. And another thing I've noticed as like a piece of like messaging that the media has put in is using the term credible, saying this is a credible allegation. Well, what does that mean? How is something credible if no details have been proffered to you? You know,
Let's talk about Ramirez.
She's changed multiple times the number of people she claimed was there. Like, it's gotten to the point where it's like they're going to these desperate measures because they have no facts. Like the thing they're using, she was in therapy for this or that. If she was molested, that sucks. Like that happens. I don't, that could have happened, but it doesn't to make the leap that, oh, it's this guy, it's Kavanaugh, he must have done this. Like, it's insane.
Let's talk about Ramirez
actually,
for a
I don't
second.
want to switch yet because I think we painted her as like not remembering anything, but I think instead what's happened is they've kind of zeroed in on the things that she didn't remember. She's like, Brett and Mark were visibly drunk. It was early in the evening. I went up a narrow set of stairs from the living room to the second floor to use the restroom. When I got to the top of the stairs, I was pushed from behind from the bedroom across from the pushed into the bedroom across from the bathroom. I couldn't see who pushed me. Brett and Mark came into the bathroom and they locked the door behind them. There was music playing in the bedroom. They turned it up louder.
What song was it?
I don't know.
There's a she!
I was pushed onto the bed by Brett, and he got on top of me. He began running his hands over my body and grinding into me. I yelled, hoping someone downstairs would hear me, and I tried to get away. But his weight was heavy.
She said this was a small grouping. This was not a big rage or a big party. Small group.
He groped me. I had a hard time because he was very inebriated, and I was wearing a one-piece bathing suit under my clothing, which I guess was kind of grope-proof. I thought he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help. He put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling. This is what terrified me most and has the lasting impact on my life. It was hard for me to breathe. I thought he was going to accidentally kill me. Anyway, it goes on and on. The point is...
No one corroborated a lick of that, is what I'm saying. Is that's only her hearsay. The people that she said, hey, my best friend saw this.
I'm not saying that like uncorroborated allegations like this should go anywhere.
Not just uncorroborated, unverifiable.
Unverifiable.
Like you mentioned a narrow staircase and that the room was across from the bathroom. She could just anyone could say that when you don't know where the house is. If she knew where the house was, we could go there and they could show, look at the narrow staircase, and you'd be like, oh shit. If I heard that, I would be on her side. So if she knew where the house was, even, I'd be like, well, this is something. Look at that. That is a narrow staircase. There is a bedroom across from the bathroom there. Let's see who owns this house. Let's track them down. But she doesn't even know whose house it was.
So I heard I heard stats lately, right? That like 2 to 8% of these rape allegations or sexual assault allegations are straight up false, untrue, right? That they didn't even happen. But there's another like 20 to 30% that are unverifiable, right? So one might guess that 2 to 8% of those are also straight up untrue.
I saw something that even that was low, but like we'll go with that.
Okay, yeah. But it's just the nature of this is unverifiable. But for whatever reason, people also hang on to it and say that like you should be busted for this, right? Like if I stole I don't know $100 from Taylor 35 years ago, he wouldn't be like, that guy, I have no proof of this, I'm not going to, but he wouldn't like hang on to it. He'd just sort of get over it. But with sexual assault, you don't just get over it, you hang on to it.
Yeah, of course not.
So I feel like that lends itself to people, like, I guess, bringing up or hanging on to more unverifiable crimes than
Well, it's because it's an emotional thing. Like, there's no crime more abhorred by society than sex crimes. Like if someone comes out, I'd rather be accused. That's why I like the whole rape culture thing. Makes me laugh. It's like no. I would rather be accused of murder than rape. I would rather someone say you murdered 5 people than say you molested someone. Like I would rather that because society has less hatred for a murderer than a rapist. Like the problem with all this is her like they all started using the word credible almost in unison. This is a credible witness. This is very credible, despite there not being any evidence. It's just devolved into slandering this dude of, oh, he drank in college. Oh, he threw ice at someone in a bar once. Oh, he's like I've seen like tweets from blue checkmark actual journalists. Like he's clearly got an alcohol problem. Oh, he's got a rage problem. Oh, he's so partisan. Really? You didn't have a problem with Bader Ginsburg or Kagan or any of those people making anti-Trump claims. So whatever about that. Like, of course he's in a rage. He's furious. That's the appropriate response to being accused of gang rape.
Credible description and argument was also a big deal when Clinton was being accused by everyone. Like sometimes the accusers
a lot of details there.
Not
a lot
very
of
cool.
details.
Well, on some.
A lot of verifiable.
On some. But on others it was like, who is this wacko? And then
Juanita
some
Brown?
it was like they seemed very credible.
Juanita Broderick was very credible, but there were others where it seemed like
I'm only bringing that out because you were like, oh, in unison, the media got together and started colluding in unison saying that she was credible. Nah, credible is just a thing they say about witnesses.
I found it interesting that Juanita Brown described after Bill Clinton raped her as she was leaving. I guess her lip was bruised, and he said, "Put some ice on that lip, babe." And so I heard them making note of that after they gave Kavanaugh shit about apparently throwing ice in a bar. They're like, they've got a big problem with Kavanaugh throwing ice in the bar. They have no problem with Bill Clinton telling his rape victim to put some ice on her lip.
He's a caring rapist, I'll say.
I guess so. Today I heard the Republican The Republican senators were speaking live today on because the FBI report came back and there was no corroboration, of course, with anything that she'd ever said. And they pointed out some media bias. He said, "I've had protesters in my office in the building all week, pro Kavanaugh and anti Kavanaugh."
Mm-hmm.
He says, "You guys in the media, I would never use the word fake news. I think you guys are the defenders of democracy. You keep things."
Who's speaking in this? It's
one of the Republican senators. I don't know if it was Hatch or who, but he said, "You specifically went out and you said that you would only do interviews with those that were anti-Kavanaugh. You refused to take any interview from anyone who was pro-Kavanaugh. I watched you do it. We all saw it happen. We know you're doing it."
I hate that.
The Ramirez came out. She said that Kavanaugh was the coordinator of gang rape parties. She said that she saw.
No, that was the third one. Ramirez was the second.
I think Ramirez is the gang rape one. The third one said he pulled his dick out and waved it around at a party.
Oh, I thought that was Ramirez and the other one. Go ahead.
I want to say, in any case, she's at this point she's in college. She's at high school gang rape parties. And I do mean parties because she said she went to 10 of these gang rape parties. She kept going back and she said that she saw with her own eyes him drug and spike the punch with drugs and alcohol to knock women out and then coordinated these gang rapes. She's completely backed off that now. Now her pitch is, well, I saw some guys outside of a bedroom. No, I never saw him actually put anything. I never actually saw him, but he had to be there. Like, it completely melted down. I hope she gets sued because it's clear that she made the whole thing up. And what is a college student?
That porn lawyer was a part of.
What is a college student doing at a high school party that she knows is a gang rape party, and she's at her 8th? Well, I'll see you guys next week at the 9th gang rape party. If I told you that I did that, and her reason, of course, she says, was research. She was researching gang rape parties. If I told you that when I was in college, if I'd gone, and I went to 10 gang rape parties, but just for research purposes, what would you think of me?
This is a party where you might have sex with 10 women at once?
No. This is a party where someone is drugging women, and when they're unconscious, we all rape them.
But I'm putting you in her shoes, right? So you have an opportunity to fuck 6, 7 women. I would say...
No, that's absurd. Because no. What are you doing?
Because that's the situation
Sweatnik.
she's in, where she goes and maybe has sex with 6 or 7 guys, right? She gets raped.
It would be a rape.
You can't rape.
She is the one who might get drugged and raped.
Of a rape.
I might go to a party like that.
It was Sweatnik,
let's put you on
by
record
the way.
for that. Let me do an ad read.
No, but I'm the girl in this situation. It's just a lot of I'm not saying I want to be one of the rapists because that's not her situation.
But if it's a rape party, then you're going to be a rapist or a rapee, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, am I 17? Because I'd have done anything to get laid. And if it was 6 women potentially raping me, it's just a dream come true.
This is going to come out when you're 80. When you're running for office, Is this the man we want on our Supreme Court? Yeah. He has no experience, but that's not what we're upset about.
Well, when it comes to your health, brushing your teeth is one of the most important parts of your day. Quip knows that. They've combined dentistry and design to make a better electric toothbrush. Quip is the new electric toothbrush that packs just the right amount of vibrations into a slimmer design at a fraction of the cost of those bulkier traditional electric toothbrushes. And guiding pulses alert you when to switch sides, making brushing the right amount effortless. Quip also comes with a mount that suctions right to your mirror and unsticks to use as a cover for hygienic travel anywhere, whether it's going in your gym bag or carry-on. And because the thing that cleans your mouth should also be clean, Quip's subscription plan refreshes your brush on a dentist-recommended schedule, delivering new brush heads every 3 months for just $5, including free shipping worldwide. Quip is backed by a network of over 10,000 dental professionals, including dentists, hygienists, and dental students. Most toothbrushes don't get named one of Time Magazine's best inventions of the year, but Quip did. Find out for yourself why. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/PKA right now, You'll get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/PKA, spelled GETQUIP.com/PKA. I love my Quip electronic toothbrush. I get those brush heads delivered on a schedule, like it says there. I never know when they're coming, but they always seem to appear at just the right time. I would always forget to replace my toothbrush, and it'd get really gross, honestly, and worn out. But this is real nice, and I like having an electric toothbrush. I like it.
Very cool. I went to the dentist, I don't know, 2 months ago or something, and they suggested an electric toothbrush would be a better alternative.
Oh, you got a reason now. This episode of PKA is also brought to you by Monster Energy's delicious new espresso drink. When you need an extra burst of energy but don't have time to wait in line, grab Espresso Monster. Espresso Monster is a premium blend of smooth espresso and cream packaged in an 8.4-ounce can. It's just the right size and perfect for when you're on the go. Each can has 3 shots of espresso blended with European milk, just the way the Italians do it. And with 150 to 160 milligrams of caffeine per can, it's sure to give you the energy you need to conquer the day. Espresso Monster has 2 delicious flavors to choose from, espresso and cream and vanilla espresso. I like the espresso and cream. Produced in Denmark and the Netherlands, Espresso Monster is made from freshly brewed espresso coffee, hormone-free milk, and a unique energy blend that's complete with taurine and B vitamins. Close your eyes, take a sip, and enjoy Espresso Monster today. I'm a big fan of these. Ever since they started sponsoring us here, every time I go to the gas station, I usually get 2. And I'm going to tell you, if you drink 2 of these things, you are really wired. And caffeine doesn't really affect me that much. Like I drink several cups of coffee a day normally, but I've kind of replaced it with these, and they're powerful. I like them a lot.
They taste fantastic. I love them.
Yeah, big fan.
I'm not even a big coffee person, honestly, but these taste great.
Yeah, I really enjoy them.
Have
It's a bigger can.
Oh, Taylor, why don't you go?
No, go ahead.